truly funny, nonetheless, even if it goes badly.
No, it's fine.
One. Hello everybody and welcome to the first ever episode of No Filter Needed. Today I've got a very special guest, one of my friends as well. She is a self-confidence coach. And without further ado, I welcome Kiara.
Thank you so much for having me.
Honestly, I'm surprised you actually came.
What do you, of course.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you, I was panicked on how this would actually play out. But so far, it's not that bad.
I mean, this is first episode, right?
Yeah.
So no pressure for both of us.
But I think there's a little pressure to make the first episode as good as it can get.
As it can be, yeah. But I feel like we have a lot in common anyway, being like creators, you know what I mean? So I think there's a lot to unpack, as well as the stuff that we've both been through individually.
100%,
you know?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So let's start with something I want to know because that's how I met you. So around a year ago we met at a skin event.
We did.
And back then, if I remember correctly, you were a skin confidence coach. You told me about how you struggled with acne for 11 years. Do you want to shed some light? Like, what was the experience? How did that? What did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, obviously going to events like that where you're around a lot of people who don't look like you, so you're around a lot of people who have like, the clearest skin in the world, and influencers who have like glass skin, and you do feel kind of isolated in those situations. But when I went on my skin confidence journey, obviously after having acne genuinely shaped who I am today. So the person I am today is genuinely because of my acne and how difficult that experience was, and how character building it was. But being in that room, obviously meeting you and just meeting all these other people, because I met so many new people that day, right? But again, for the first time ever, I remember in that event, even though my skin wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be, I started looking people in the eyes again, and I was noticing that people weren't actually looking at my skin when they were talking to me, like they were looking into my eyes. And again, after being the girl with acne for such a long time and being known as just the girl with acne, to see that people are genuinely interested in what I do and the purpose that I'm trying to kind of spread in terms of skin confidence, and people not feeling like they have to have clear skin to start that thing, right? And start the thing that they want to start. Because I was already embodying that and doing that. Like I was at that event without clear skin, it was a skin event. I didn't have clear skin and I was there. So for people to see that, like knowing that I'm leading by example, every time I step into one of these events or I meet people who are inspired by what I do, it does heal like a little part of, younger me, because I'm like, wow, you're actually doing it. The person that you probably needed back then is now the person that you actually are.
Right.
So it's
say you call it trauma healing. In today's
so honestly, like trauma healing. But again,
like I know from personal experience, but I had similar experiences that I can say. Like when you do something that your younger self wanted to do but was afraid of some reason, whatever it may be, like you said, for you it was acne. The moment you do it when you're older, you just like automatically heal. It's not like something you have to remember to do. It just happens naturally. You just feel like a weight's been lifted off of you. Yeah, because you finally are in control again. And I think that was probably the same for you. Like when you start realizing where that control actually stems from, it doesn't stem from the way that you look. It stems from what you believe about yourself, right? Like if I believe I can walk into that room confidently, then I'm going to walk into that room confidently. Exactly. If I believe that everyone's going to look at me because of my skin, then obviously I'm going to walk into that room with my head held down and like hood up, you know what I mean? So for me, I was like, oh, I actually believe in myself finally, and that's why I've walked into this room like head held high, and people are actually interested in me, not just like my skin journey or whatever. I never noticed your skin, and I realized it shows your height. It was the most like joyful moment for me, because I was like, oh shit, I think I'm the shortest guy here. I'm the smallest person here, and I was like, nobody's noticing. Then I just thought, like, yes, I'm not alone. Somebody gets the pain. That is so funny. See, I never knew you were thinking that. And like to this day, that event was almost like a year ago, over a year ago. And I've only just found out that's the way that you were feeling. Yeah, because honestly, people do, in my experience, like I've never had acne, but I've always, like, you can tell me now, I've got dark circles in my eyes, and it's been a drag for me. a lot of the times for a long while, for like I think 3 4 years, I actually put on makeup. Like I put on foundation and
Really?
concealer to cover that. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was going to school at the time, and I was doing my A levels, and I was so nervous. I was like, what if anybody notices I've got makeup on, and oh, if anybody sees me without this on. And then I remember by the end of that year, I had people just my friends randomly showing up to my house unannounced, and I would just be like, yeah, what's up?
Wow.
Like I just came to terms with it. I never fully accepted it, but I was just like, it's a part of me. You can't get rid of
But
it.
it's a work in progress, right? You don't have to all of a sudden one day just decide, okay, well I accept this and that's
Yeah.
it. It is a work in progress.
It's
Like
it.
even on the day where I talk about this now, when I talk about self-leadership and that whole journey for me. But that day last year where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna book this solo trip. It was my first ever solo trip, but actually my face was genuinely like full of acne. And those were two things. Like, one, I was very scared to go outside with acne, right? But two, going on a solo trip, to having to speak to new people, knowing that I was going to be in a situation where I had to speak to new people and they could judge me for my skin, right? In that moment, I was like, well, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna commit to this, and I'm gonna book that flight. But just because I did that, I wasn't automatically confident. You know, I had to then go and do the thing and work on that over that time to become confident. So, you know, I don't think you can just say one day you wake up and decide you're confident. That's not really how it works.
Oh, definitely not. I can say that from experience.
Yeah, it's like it's a decision to feel that way, but you still have to work on it.
Yeah, you gradually like get into that role of yourself, basically. Like it's a version of yourself that you just like grow into.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, when you came to the event last year, I remember you told me you were like, I don't even know why I'm at this event.
Yeah, I still remember.
I don't know why I'm here.
I remember I was like, I'm so out of place. Like these guys are skincare creators.
Yeah.
They're talking about like their own skin hygiene, all that stuff. I do random videos. I do vlogs.
Yeah.
How does this pertain to my content? I was like, it is what it is. I might as well give it a shot. And I kid you not, till I went back home, I was shit scared, shit nervous of everybody around me, including you guys.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, fuck, what am I doing here? I should not be here. I was constantly doubting myself. I was like, yeah, it is whatever. And the next time I went to an event like that, I was like, nobody really gives a shit what's going on inside. It's how I project outside, and nobody will know. And it's like that's the gimmick I started using for literally the rest of my time on YouTube.
I mean, you actually came across fairly confident when you were at the event.
That's ironic.
Yeah.
So
You did.
So me being nervous makes me more confident.
Well, yeah, because it either pushes you or it pushes you further back, right? So it either pushes you forward or pushes you further back.
Yeah, so it's one or the other. There's no
Yeah.
other way. But it's a fun thing. Speaking of fun things, you recently had your first ever sold out event.
Yeah, I just can't believe it.
I
Every time I said that, I'm like,
Yeah, I think it was called the Skin Discovery.
Yeah, so Skin Discovery is my business, and it was called the Skin Confidence Launch Party.
Yeah, I remember that as well. I went to the council about it. I think it was my sister's wedding or something that I couldn't come.
Yeah.
But I saw the pictures. It seems amazing. But what I want to know is, how'd you get into that? How did that happen? The whole Simon script. I saw that video. I was like, wait, what? And you find out I need this information. I was so curious.
Honestly, that 7 weeks, that was the turning point for me. I spoke to my mum about this about 2 weeks ago, and I've only just reflected and realised that period of time, within that like 7 weeks, I became a different person, and like now it shaped me to be the way that I am. Because what happened? Do you want to know like the behind the scenes of what happened?
Yes.
So,
give us the tea.
Cool. So Simon's Clip, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know who the guy really was, but I started seeing things on TikTok, of, like, you know, like young entrepreneurs who were trying to find him, and like because he was doing those street interviews, right? So people were trying to find him rather than him trying to find people now, because he built up this name for himself. And then I started following him, and I was like, you know what? Let's just, not thinking anything was ever going to happen, but I was like, it's quite inspiring what he's doing. So I was like, let me just follow along and see, because obviously I was at the start of my entrepreneurial journey anyway. So I was like, any tips? I'm
more than happy.
Yeah, exactly. And then he posted that he was going to be putting that ring doorbell, right? The famous ring doorbell at the Virgin Hotel in Shoreditch.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm in Shoreditch a lot of the time. Like at that point I was going into London a fair amount for like events and all those sorts of things. So I was like, oh, okay. And he said he's not going to say how long it's going to be there for. So he didn't say it's going to be there for a week. He just said, I'm going to put it up and I'm going to take it down whenever. Yeah. So either take a chance or don't, sort of thing. And he said on the video, he showed where it was, and he said, you can pitch your dream, right? So either pitch your business, pitch your dream, like whatever it is. And I was just like, I thought, I don't know, should I do it, should I not? And I was literally sitting in that decision for such a long time. And I didn't like that feeling because it felt like I didn't believe in myself. I was like, why am I sitting in this decision? Like, just make the decision. Either do it or don't. And move on.
You know what you should do in those situations? This is something I learned off of a friend. Is when you're like, okay, should I or should I not? Just count to three or five, whatever's convenient, and just first thing that comes into it, that's what you actually want to do.
Yeah, see, this is, oh my god, so I have this exercise that I give to my clients now, and whenever they're stuck in decisions, someone I know even like said it as their lock screen at one point, because it just, every time she was stuck in a decision, she just looked and she was able to make that decision within like 5 seconds. But you ask yourself, okay, what do I actually, obviously you normally have 2 options, right?
Yeah.
Usually. So out of those 2 options, you ask yourself, okay, what do I actually want? Like, which one of these 2 options do I actually want? And then you ask yourself, what would I lose if I went with this decision? What would I gain if I went with this decision?
Yeah.
And usually there's always going to be more to gain, right? And then you ask yourself, and this is literally like a 1-minute exercise because it needs to be quick. But the last question is, okay, so what am I doing? And you have your answer. Like,
your brain already has that figured out. And
yeah.
You already
it's your
know what you
subconscious,
want.
right? Your subconscious mind already knows what you're going to do. It already knows what you want to do. But obviously, the more you sit in your conscious, it's like you have the time to bring in all the pros and cons.
And then you just like, and at one point you're just like picking up things that are completely random.
Yeah, things that aren't relevant. Like,
okay, so if I do
I've
this,
got to go somewhere on Sunday. It's like, what are you talking about?
that makes sense for today. That's a Sunday thing. You have to focus on what you're doing today.
So yeah, so I was sitting in the decision and I was like, I don't like who I am right now. Why am I not backing myself here? You know? So then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna, sorry, I don't know if I can swear. Okay, fine. Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna go. And literally the next day, so I remember it was a Saturday, because I couldn't go on the Friday, and he uploaded the video on Friday.
Yeah.
And because he didn't say how long he was gonna have it up for, I was like, I can't wait till Monday, because what if he takes it down?
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna be kicking myself if I don't go. So literally, I was supposed to be meeting, this is how I know it was meant to be. I was supposed to be meeting my friend in Shoreditch on that day.
Right.
So I made it a thing of like, oh, well, because I'm going to meet my friend, I'll just go to the hotel after, right? My friend cancelled on me that morning. And I was like, oh, so now I'm going to travel all the way to Shoreditch just to do this 1-minute pitch and come all the way back. I was like, am I going to do it? And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. So I literally got on the train, like proper got ready, got on the train.
Yeah.
Was so nervous, obviously, going over my pitch. It was like half an hour, 45 minutes into Shoreditch, walked around for a little bit, just to like...
Just prepare yourself.
Mentally
just getting there.
Yeah, and then went to the hotel, 1 minute, like 2 minutes maybe the pitch, and then came home, and I was like, wow, I've really just done that. And obviously, no expectation. I had no expectation to get picked. I was just like, well, I've done it. At least you'll see it.
At least your conscience is clear that you took the shot. You didn't miss it.
Exactly. And then I think it had got up to 2 weeks after I pitched, right? And the ring doorbell was still there. And luckily, when I pitched, there actually wasn't anyone there because I saw before. I don't know if you'd seen. Where the ring doorbell was, some people, they were in a queue of like 20, 30 people.
Yeah.
And they were having to pitch with people behind them. And I was like, oh, that's my worst nightmare.
No.
Because obviously something I'm so passionate about, I don't really want like Jeffrey talking behind me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you're talking about in your skin journey and to some guy, I wanna open a restaurant.
Yeah.
And there's like some guy doing something else.
I have
like,
a dream.
obviously they're relevant, but like you can't actually give the proper
fully express yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's like multiple people just looking at you, just even listening, like even me knowing that okay, I'm doing this, but if somebody's listening from around the corner, I'll no.
I actually pitched twice, so I rang the doorbell twice because I wasn't happy with the first one. So I was like, no, I'm doing this again.
Wait, so he has 2 recordings.
He has 2 pictures from me.
If I ever see Simon, I will say my dream is to see that first one. That would be hilarious to see why you think that was such a bad one.
The thing is, actually, the video he used was the first pitch.
Oh damn.
Which is crazy, right? Because I really thought the second one was better. When he uploaded it, I was like, that's the first one.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. So now I fully back myself because I doubted myself in that moment. But he used the first one. None of the second one was used. Right? So
honestly, I didn't think that was the second pitch. I thought that was the one.
Really?
I had no idea you
it was the first one. I didn't tell. You know what? Actually, no one knows this.
That was actually amazing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna back myself a bit more here. But And obviously pitching is never something I've done, right? I've never pitched to investors or anything like that, so I was like,
Yeah.
this is new to me.
This is new
I'm actually
to
talking to a wall. You know, like it's not something you do every day.
There's a sort of a comfort in that as well.
Kind of, yeah, because you know that there's no one really behind it.
Because there's no immediate response to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, when you speak your dream or your heart, whatever you're trying to express, right? Sometimes people do hope that, oh, okay, I hope I don't get a response right away.
That's a really good point.
Like when you're out when you're on a date, right? So you go home, you tell the person that you love them for the first time. Half of you wants to know the answer right away, but the other half is dreading. They're like, she can take her time, take her 2-3 days, like that. Like people try to not want something that they want to do. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know.
No, you're so right. And as you said, like imagine if I was pitching to Simon Smith himself, I'd be looking for like facial reactions, I'd be looking for body language. Like, as you said, I'd be on edge. Yeah,
like you try to analyze the person, like so whatever you say next, you're just gonna be like, how's he gonna react to this? How's he going? And you constantly be changing up your pitch as well.
Yeah,
I know this.
So you're right. Like actually, when I left, like when I got out of the hotel, I was like, I felt so good. I actually can't describe that feeling. Like I felt so proud of myself.
Yeah.
I was obviously like really nervous as well because I was like, oh my god, this could actually go somewhere, or it could lead to nothing, right? But I was so happy.
I mean,
over the moon.
It worked out.
Yeah, it did.
Honestly, it looked amazing as well.
Yeah.
And then I remember, if I'm not wrong, at the launch party, I can't remember. I literally lost that thing. I had it in my mind since yesterday. God, I forgot. Oh yeah, I want to ask you, did he actually come to the launch party?
No, so...
Yeah, that was the question.
So I was trying to get him to come, but because, obviously, this guy's schedule, right, he's all over the place, he's here, there and everywhere. I really wanted him to come, but it didn't end up happening. I tried a good couple of times. I reached out to him on Instagram, but obviously a lot of the time I'm only talking to like VAs and stuff, right? You're not really talking to him specifically. And then someone was like, oh, is Richard Branson coming? And I was like, probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, you never know, but probably not. If he did come, I feel like it would have made me feel a little bit better, but honestly, the day was knowing how much hard work went into that event, and it was just me.
I remember.
Like, I had so much
fun.
Yeah.
I remember the Instagram stories.
Oh my god.
Constant working mode. I remember I was texting you, I was asking as well, like, everything
okay?
going?
Are you okay?
And you're just like, yeah, all good, and then just like 700 Instagram stories posted in one day in an hour. It's like, damn.
Because you know what, I really wanted to show people behind the scenes, not even for validation, but just so that people understood how important it was to me.
Yeah, like how much time and effort you actually put into it.
Yeah.
It's not even about the money even, it's just like how much actual effort you put in yourself for it.
Yeah, you know, and again, like to create that space for other people who are feeling the same. Because obviously, now that I've been like a content creator in this space, I've spoken to so many people who feel the exact same way that I did in their skin. So it's just being able to see someone who's been through that same thing come out the other side and sell out an event in London for that exact thing, you know, is, I can imagine to some people, like, so inspirational, which that was the whole thing behind it. But obviously when he first posted the video, oh my god, that
What was your initial reaction? So you
open
up Instagram, the first thing you see.
Yeah, so this is what happened. Do you want to know the whole story?
Yes.
Okay, cool. To be fair, it's not
now we're getting to the juicy stuff. Now we're getting deep into this.
It's not that long, but after I pitched, right, it got to 2 weeks. It had been 2 weeks exactly, and I told myself, I was like, nah, if this was going to happen, he would have posted it by now, because I knew how many people were going to pitch, right? It was so many people to that Shoreditch hotel. So I was like, you know what, he probably already picked the people, they probably already been like contacted or whatever, right? And then I remember I went to go and I think I was getting my lashes done before I went on holiday or something. Yeah, I was getting my lash lift done or something. And I parked up, and my cousin who lives in Kenya, right, she actually owns a business as well, and she follows Simon's Clip. And she texted me, bear in mind I told no one about the pitch, right?
Okay, so this is undercover.
People did not know about the fact that I pitched because I didn't want to tell people, so I was like, well, if I don't get it,
so
no one will ever know, right?
Yeah, if you fail, nobody, there's no harm.
Yeah, exactly. Like, only I know what went on behind the scenes. So I got a text from her, it was in capitals. She said, I remember, Kiara, Siren Squid, what the fuck? And I was like, what? And then all of a sudden something clicked and I was like, oh my god, wait. And then I went onto my phone, No joke, my phone died in 5 minutes because of the notifications. Like my phone was on 80%, it went from 80 to 0 in 5 minutes because my phone was blowing up. Because when I went on my phone, it said, Richard Branson wants to collaborate with you on Instagram. I was like, what? So obviously, because it was posted on Richard Branson's page, it was posted on Simon Swift's page, and I was like, oh my god, and it had already got to like 200, 300,000 views in the first, I don't know, hour of it being posted.
Yeah.
So obviously people were following me, they were like reaching out to me, and I was like, genuinely, I was like, okay, what do I do? Like, and I just broke down. I just started crying my eyes, and obviously because I almost didn't believe it was happening.
Yeah.
And I was so proud of like what had just happened, but also I just didn't believe it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to do. I was like, I just
So
started crying.
you're just lost in the moment. Like,
Yeah.
you're just trying to cherish it, but also you're still trying to make sure that it's actually happening.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was really happy I was in my car because I was like, at least I'm in my own space here. No one's actually around me. I can just cry my eyes out for 10 hours if I want to. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's
But
what
every reaction needs to come out. Is the
Yeah.
reaction that needs to come out?
I feel like that would have been such a epic moment. Like, okay, now the content creating side of me is going to like, you just
Yeah.
recorded the actual reaction. So you set up the camera, you're like, I just found out that the 7 square watch my video.
Yeah.
And then you open the video and you watch yourself on his page. I feel like that
It would
would
have been, I know. All I did was I just started crying and I was just filming myself and I was like, oh my god.
Did you post it?
I think so, yeah. I posted it on my story, but I gave it like 5 minutes because I was like, you know what, let me just sit here and cry about myself for a little bit. Then I'll share it with everyone else. You know, let me actually process what's going on.
Let me actually
And then-
accept this.
Yeah.
Then I'll have
And then remember, my phone died.
Yeah.
So then I had to get home because I was like, well, I need to get home and like, you know, like figure this out and get Wi-Fi and, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, cool. Now I've actually got to step into like business owner
Business
mode
owner, yeah.
because this is an event that you've got to sell. This
So
is
how-
not a content creator thing
Yeah,
anymore.
this is
like
you
your-
becoming an entrepreneur.
Yeah. So I was putting on a lot of different hats and I was so scared. And that's why I didn't, because of the Simon Swift thing, obviously the video was circulating for quite a while and I was like, I can't let this lose momentum. As in, I need to have the event
Yeah.
in the next 6 weeks.
Because you need to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
You need to.
Obviously because I knew he was posting other people that were winning as well,
Yeah.
right? So I was like, as soon as he posts someone else, that's
Your-
my line.
Your story is finished.
Yeah. So I was like, I've got to do this in 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's literally like it's like that 10-second window. You either go through or you miss out on an opportunity in
Yeah.
life, literally.
So literally on that same day, I started looking for venues. Like straight away, I was like, okay, how am I going to make this happen? What am I going to do? And that 7 weeks up to from that point to when the event actually happened was the craziest 7 weeks of my life. Like I don't know how much you saw of it because I can't remember how much I shared on stories, but
Not a lot, but
Yeah.
you kept keeping me updated. You kept me updated. So
Yeah.
I was aware of what was
I'm glad
going
that you checked in because honestly, I was like,
Yeah.
I just need someone who kind of understands
on.
what's going on here. You
I
know?
mean, I've never had like an event to
Mm.
manage, but I've done similar things in Pakistan. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, that cannot be easy.
Yeah.
Because like even if you're showing the entire thing, like let's say you're showing each and every moment, people still don't understand what's actually going in the mind that moment. Because you've got your dream coming true. You have to make sure it actually works out, and you're planning everything, and you need backups, spawn backups. Because you're obviously when you get worried when you're doing something like that big on a scale, you'd always be panicking. Like if that fails, I need to have a backup just in case. And like
Contact, like all these
Literally.
new things. Luckily, because of the content creator stuff,
yeah,
I mean the content creator job, you know, I
Career.
had brands, career, that's true. I had brands reaching out being like, okay, we want to give you products, we want to sponsor, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, like this is amazing. So I had Botanical, I don't know if you know the brand Botanical, they are an acne supplement brand. So the founder of Botanical was actually on Dragon's Den, and they reached out to me and they were like, they already knew me, and they were like, we want to sponsor some of this event, and I was like,
Oh,
oh
damn.
my god, this is so good because they were actually there on the day. So people with acne were coming to this event.
Yeah.
Not only were they in a space where they felt genuinely confident and realised that there's so much more than their skin, but they got to talk to someone who has founded a supplement, like completely plant-based supplement for the holistic side of acne, not just like, you know, giving prescription treatments and whatever else. So they were able to like meet a founder of a company, you know, all those sorts of things, and that's what really brought it to life. I was like, people really support what I'm doing here,
Yeah.
you know, and you can go at it from different angles. But that event, oh my god, like highlight of probably not even highlight of my year. I feel like that event is gonna be a highlight of my life. It was the best day of my life.
No, you gotta keep thinking up and above. So you did the event now.
What's next?
Next thing you have to think what
Yeah.
can you do to top that event?
It's true. It's true.
Because obviously in my opinion, I feel like the fact that you're doing one-on-one coaching for people who are struggling with acne, you're helping people become confident in general, not just about their skin, in general,
Yeah.
be more confident. I feel like that is a really a bigger milestone, in my opinion. Obviously, you know what both of these things mean to you yourself, but I see it as that. So I feel like you just the more you go on, the more you're just gonna think, okay, this is something. Okay, what can I do to top this up? Or
That's true.
top
And you know
that.
what? That is the mindset to have. So I'm glad you reminded me of that because
Yeah.
literally the day after the event ended, someone asked me, like they messaged me on Instagram, they were like, okay, so when's the next one? I said, excuse me, give me a moment, please.
I need a year.
Yeah, please give me a year at least. But no, but you're right. Like I need people like you around me who's like, okay, cool, you've done this, it's incredible, but what's next?
Because
You know?
I feel like when because I had that moment and I let it go, and I'm always going to regret that for the entire of my life, like the rest of my life, because when you've got an opportunity and you capitalize it once, right? You feel like, okay, I've done it, I've done what I had to do. No, that's just a start. You use that as a foundation. You build something bigger, and you keep going until you can't literally go further.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
I mean, it is, but the thing is, obviously, you do it in your own way. So see, like I said, I consider the fact that you're doing what's it called, the coaching, another step up. But for you, like I said, it's the highlight of the year is the fact that you had the event in the first place.
Yeah, massively. I mean, I love what it's led to. So I love the fact that, as you said, like, I'm so on my podcast, for example, like I'm getting my clients now onto my podcast because again, it really allowed me to see how much their lives have changed, and aside from their skin or aside from their insecurities,
you actually get to know the person. You sit down with them. They actually tell you the story, the struggles they've had with acne over the years, how it impacted them in their lives, and I feel like that's honestly, first of all, it's very brave on them for actually, because they're coming out, they're telling their stories, and like hats off to that. I'm being honest, I would be too shy to do it, even as a content creator. Talking about my struggles with like my skin and all that stuff, I'd always panic. So that's kudos to them, and obviously to you as well, because you've given these people a platform where they can come, they can talk, they can express themselves without actually being judged. They can actually just feel like themselves and forget about the rest of the stupid shit like acne and all that. And they can be confident. They learn how to open up in front of people. I feel like that's a really.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it feeds into that narrative of you don't need to feel ready to stop.
Yeah.
Because most of these people that I'm coming onto the podcast, they've never been on a podcast.
Yeah.
Right? They've never been asked to be on a podcast because the general person hasn't, right?
Yeah.
Even me, I hadn't been asked to go on a podcast until pretty much the Simon Switch stuff had happened, right?
Yeah.
So I can understand from their point of view. It's like, oh, like I do have value. That, you know, I have a story that people actually want to hear.
You don't know what people are actually struggling with.
Yeah, and that's why I love working one-on-one with these like clients that I have, because you genuinely get to understand that person on the deepest level possible. Yeah. Deeper than, because obviously they always say like, oh my god, I can't have these conversations with my parents, like I can't have these type of conversations with my friends, and it's like, oh, you know.
What about you? I feel like this is a really random question, but actually I need to know this. What was your parents and your interaction when it came to like your skin, to your confidence overall throughout?
I didn't speak to my parents at all about it, and I obviously
not even once.
No, not once. I didn't know how to, because I remember when I was younger. No, I didn't know anyone with acne. So my parents never had acne. Brother doesn't have acne. No one ever had acne. So in my mind, I was like, there's a problem with me, I have to fix it by myself. Yeah. No one else can help me, sort of thing. And it's embarrassing. It was a lot of embarrassment for me. Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, because obviously, I get it. People have insecurities. You can't do anything about it. You can't criticize them. It's just how they're made. Yeah. But I feel like the moment you share it, it becomes a lot easier. Like even with skincare, even with confidence, anything. The moment you share it with anyone, I'm not even ashamed to say this. I share a lot of stupid stuff with my cat. Yeah. And it helps. I've seen it.
It helps you mentally. You're just like, yeah, look at it. I just feel a bit lighter. The moment you just tell somebody. Yeah. But the more you keep it bottled inside, the more I feel like it becomes more of a sensitive topic. Yeah, it does. And it's that, you know, when you feel that lump in your throat. Yeah. For me, it was if anyone was to ever ask me about my acne, I remember that lump would always come up, and I knew I was about to cry my eyes out. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to be the girl that cries about her skin, so I'm just going to suppress it, and I'll cry about it at home. I don't want to cry about it to someone else, and that was the mindset I had. So I think it was also like a massive fear of judgment. Like I didn't want to be judged. So I was like, if I can save myself from being judged and just cry at home, sort of thing, and sort it out at home. That's the one thing you can get free in this world at this point. Just judgment from anybody. Anybody.
But again, that's why the work that I do now with my clients is like, okay, well, if that is the case, then you have to change the beliefs that you have about yourself. Because if you're going to get judgment regardless, then show up as your most confident self, right? Because either way, you're going to get judgment.
Yeah, and something I do a lot actually. I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit. Like I'm like, alright, you have a problem with my skin? Good, cool, good for you. Alright, I'm gonna move on. Like I have a problem with the fingers. Like I obsessively like peel my skin. So whenever anybody looks at my fingers, I'm just like, oh no. And now at this point, I'm just like, yeah, I scratch my thumb a lot. I can't help it, and I just walk on. Because unless that person, in my opinion, is going to bring any sort of value to your life, to your future, I don't think their opinion should deeply matter to you as much.
Yeah. The way it works with the mind, right, and like the subconscious is when someone else is judging you, right? Because obviously a lot of us fear judgment, right? Let's be real, especially the world we're in today.
Oh, 100%.
When someone else is judging you, right, it actually means nothing about you. All it means is that if they were in your position, they would be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Right?
Like they're projecting their insecurities.
Yes, it's their insecurities. So it actually means nothing about you. It says a lot more about them. It just means that if they were in your position, they'd be embarrassed. But that means they've got to uprooted beliefs that they need to fix
themselves.
You know? But that's their problem.
But if they want to fix it, they can just join your coaching.
They can come to me. Yeah. But yeah, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot of deep work that has to be done. But yeah, I like the way that you have now said like you don't care, because it does have to get to that point where you're just like, well,
because obviously I believe it is a confidence thing at first.
Yeah.
Until you have that confidence in yourself, you don't need to have that confidence to show to others. If you're confident about how you look, how you're dressing, how you're interacting with people, I feel like that's good enough for yourself. If that's good enough for the world as well. If you're satisfied with enough, go out, be yourself. Go on holidays. Don't wear makeup, party. Go ask your manager for a job, for a promotion. Do the things that you're so scared of that people say, oh, that's a reckless thing to do. Just do it. It's worst case scenario, you just gotta know.
Yeah, but again, remember, when someone says, oh, it's a reckless thing to do, it's because if they were in your position, they would see it as reckless. It's not actually a reckless thing to do.
Thing as well, yeah.
Asking your manager for a promotion, who else are you going to ask?
Yeah.
You're not a manager.
You've done the work that you ask for what you
deserve the promotion, ask for the promotion. It's only reckless if someone believes it's reckless, right?
Yeah.
So again, it's then projecting that onto you. That's why I say to people now, like, just whatever that thing is to do not wait to feel ready, just do it.
There is honestly.
When are you ever going to be ready?
There is no thing that's ready.
Yeah.
I personally wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Today I wasn't ready.
No, even when you started YouTube, right? I'm sure you weren't ready.
Oh, good God, no.
Probably so many drafts in the background.
I still remember that was one of the funniest days of my life. I woke up, so I just moved back to the UK now. So it's been 15 years since I've been back. So it's my second day here. I wake up and I'm just like, okay, so while I'm looking for a job, I might as well do something fun. And what's fun for people? You go to the gym, maybe cycling, swimming. There's a lot of hobbies here. Yeah, I want to make YouTube videos. I'm not joking. My mom and my sister were saying the other day, I just walk in and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start making YouTube videos. My mom was just like, what? And my sister was like, she says like, you're the randomest person ever. I'm like, it's a good idea. And then I was like, alright, I'll give it a try today. I started recording, and I had no idea what to do.
Yeah. I'm
just going back and forth in my room, saying the most random things. It was literally a half-hour vlog.
Yeah.
And then I was so nervous to actually share it. Like it's uploaded, it's everything. I'm just like, should I tell my friends and families that I'm doing this? I was so nervous.
Did you tell them?
Yeah, no.
You didn't.
I just posted it. I left it and let it be. One of my friends found out, and thank God for him. He posted it everywhere.
Oh.
He tagged me. He sent it to my friends. He sent it to my family as well. Like he had the numbers. I don't know why.
That's a real friend.
Yeah, well, and he didn't feel like a friend in the moment, to be honest with you. I was so pissed off. I was like, why would you do that to me? And I'm not even joking, people loved it. My friends and my family were messaging like, you're doing good, you should change this, do this. They're telling me more about my phone settings than I knew myself. It's like, so nobody gave a shit. They're just like, okay, he's trying at least. Yeah. And I feel like that's the most important thing for me. That made me just like, alright, fuck it, I'm gonna give it my try. And now I'm just like, I go out and whenever I feel like I can easily, I start vlogging in public. I don't have that nervous factor.
That's a huge thing, you know, because vlogging in public, ooh, that's hard.
No, I still have my nervous moments. Like,
of course, but I think that's part of the process. Yeah. I don't think those nervous moments will ever go away.
But
it means something to you. You know what I mean?
It still keeps me humble in a way.
Yeah, if it didn't mean anything to you, then you wouldn't feel nervous purpose, right?
Yeah.
You just be able to get the camera
I
out.
mean, I can come to like that would be next Emma Chamber or something like that.
Yeah.
So detached from reality. They're good with their own thing. They're not worried about how
Yeah.
it's gonna go out. But like, I'd still be nervous like if I go to some fancy event. Like even now, the last one I went to, it was a Jimmy Choo thing.
Oh,
I was
okay.
so nervous. I'm not even joking. I walked in. I was full confident. I had the camera out, full on vlogging. I walked in, paused it, and I'm not even joking. I stood in a corner for literally half the event. I did not interact with anybody. I did not record anything.
Why?
I was nervous because like there's fashion designers and people who are here to see their daughters and sons graduate from modeling. So I'm like, what am I doing here? It was the most awkward moment of my life, and it's just like an old couple comes up to me, they're like, "Are you making a video?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was." Then she literally gave me a 10-minute pep talk, like, "It's alright, you can do it. Don't worry, be nervous." And then they introduced me to their daughter, and like she was a designer, and I was like, "Damn." She's not nervous that she's having her whole ass collection being shown in front of so many people.
Yeah.
Even like the
Again, where she could be judged, right?
Yeah. I forgot the guy's name, like Professor Jimmy Chu, I think it is.
Yeah.
He was there, so obviously that's a very nervous moment. I'm just like, she gave no shits. She did her thing. She confidently went out, and then she took her applause and she went back in. Why am I being so nervous now?
Yeah.
And I just started recording the rest of the day. But whenever I have these awkward moments, it just makes it a lot more memorable. Like I just like it reminds me that okay, this is where I started out from. Like this is what made me want to come here in the first place, to this event, to this whatever is going on. And it's honestly it's a fun thing. But one thing I want to know, and I feel like I already know that answer, but I'd rather be sure than just assume.
No, I'm scared.
No. Do you think guys have it better off than women? Like, because I know for a fact women have skincare routines, multiple steps, multiple products before going to bed, waking up in the morning. And when it comes to guys, I'm not even exaggerating. We just wash our face maybe once a week, twice a week, and we're perfectly fine. Or whatever's in the bathroom, whatever face wash, whatever shampoo, whatever anything, we just rub it and we're good. Do you think that, like, what's your take on that?
Do you mean do I think men have it better off than women, like genetically, not just like is it like genes wise, or do you mean
like skin wise? Like,
skin
do you think men like so you're doing coaching?
I mean, obviously, I work with women because I understand women, right?
No, that was my question actually. So since you're doing one-on-one coaching, how mostly even at your event were there mostly women?
Yeah.
Do you think like did you see any guys there like who had acne or came up or had talked to you about that?
No, so there are a couple of guys there that I know that have had acne in the past, but now don't anymore.
Yeah.
But obviously there weren't many guys there at all. It was mainly women.
I feel like guys.
In response to your question, by the way, my honest answer is no. I don't think women have it harder than men. I don't, because I do genuinely believe now. Obviously, when it comes to acne itself, my answer would be yes, because with women, acne is going to flare up. Obviously around our cycles, when we get pregnant, like all these different things, obviously it's all hormone based, right? So yes, scientifically it's much more difficult for women, but I think from a confidence and mindset perspective,
it's the same thing. It's the same
not
thing.
at all. Because the way I see it is, obviously women have the option, I mean you use makeup as well, right? But women have the option of makeup to cover their skin, right? Yeah. But it's also about how you see makeup, because for me, for example, and now for a lot of the people I coach and like I speak to on a day-to-day basis, for me, makeup used to be like a necessity. So it used to be something I felt like I needed every single day, and if I didn't have it, I wasn't me.
Yeah, like now, you wouldn't go out without it, type of thing.
Now I see makeup as fun. So it's like if I want to have a bit more fun, or if I'm looking to look a certain way, as in like not look to someone's standards, but like if I know that I'm wearing an outfit where like it could be like,
so you
dress up a little bit.
You just want to dress up.
Yeah.
Basically.
So now I see makeup as like I get to create more so than I have to cover something up, you know. But obviously for a lot of women now, it's going to be a situation of I have to wear makeup because I need it. So I don't think there's any difference between men and women, because technically men can wear makeup too if they wanted, right? And some do. Yeah. So I don't think there's any difference. It genuinely stems from where your confidence is stemming from, and what you value. Do you value your skin? Do you value yourself? Do you value your friends? Or like what is it that you value? But again, when it comes to the scientific side of it, women definitely
have a tougher time. Yeah.
Can't deny that.
But what's okay? I don't know if this qualifies in the teaching conversation where I'm like, what's the wackiest look you've done with your makeup? Because obviously, like you said, now you use it for fun. So you obviously should have. You should have
Yeah, I
played
mean,
around.
you know what? I've gone on a journey now where like I actually, not that I don't like wearing makeup, I do love wearing makeup,
Yeah.
but I wear it so little now because I've got into such a.
Healthy
I just love showing my skin off.
Yeah.
I just love it. So I think when makeup for me used to be quite traumatic, like you know, just like past traumas. Whenever I thought of makeup, I was like, oh my god, I'm going back to that stage of like I might start with one little spot and then all of a sudden my whole face is covered.
Yeah.
Because I can't control it. You know.
It's just like a force of habit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd say makeup wise, probably when I've been to events, I think every time I go to an event, depending on the event it is, you'll understand this, right? Like as I said, like Jimmy Choo is a very different event to like the event we went to last year, right? Very different. So if I know there's going to be like exclusive people there, or you know, other
Then
things
you,
like that, I'm
you
like,
dress up a bit.
yeah, then I'll make that extra effort. But wackiest makeup look?
I can say I have one.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't want to say on camera. Basically, I remember this. I was going back to boarding school, and my little sister dared me to shave my head. And I don't know why. I don't have impulse control, or I'm just an idiot. I did it, and the next day we went back to boarding school. And I don't know what happened. My forehead just started breaking out. I had spots all over, some were bleeding and everything. And I remember just going to the housemaid, and I was like, "Can I borrow some of your makeup?" I put it on. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm not even joking. My forehead and the rest of my face were like 5-6 shades different.
Oh no!
I didn't go back to her to return the makeup until like the end of the day.
Yeah.
So she was the only person who would have told me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I look good. Nobody's saying anything. And the entire school made fun of me.
Do you have a picture of this?
Yes, I do.
Oh, can I see it? Please.
Sure, I'll show it.
Okay.
It was the worst moment ever, and I love that moment because that was like the first time I was just like, okay, I can cover up my imperfections, but I can still be fun for me.
Yeah.
And I still the next day I took the makeup from her again. I took the concealer. I just like tried to cover my forehead. Like I tried to cover the actual.
You know what I was gonna ask you? I was gonna ask you, did you get like some black eyeshadow or something and try and draw yourself a hairline? That's what I thought you were gonna say.
I should have. I should have. That was
That's what I thought you were gonna say. I was like, oh, that's creative.
No.
So you just did 5 different shades.
Yeah, I thought letting people know that I'm wearing makeup was a good look in that moment.
To be fair, wacky makeup for me, when my acne was fairly bad, I remember I used to draw my eyebrows on black because I used to try and make my other features really shit so that people couldn't see the acne. So I remember I've got pictures of me and literally my eyebrows were thick and my eyebrows aren't even that prominent. Like for an Asian, I actually am not don't have like that much hair. So my eyebrows were like black, thick. I used to do like the kind of emo black eyeliner. Like every part of me, I looked like I was dying. You know? It was like you could see inside like my soul. I was like, but it was really bad. And I did that daily because obviously I had the acne days. So I was like, well, I'll start doing it now. I can't stop.
Yeah,
so every day I was showing up with with blocky eyebrows and like my eyes were like going inwards and it wasn't a good time.
It'll be a funny time to think about now.
Funny to think about now, yeah, and like that's probably my most wacky look. Because when I look back, I'm like, you actually look wacky. Like what happened here? But yeah, now again because I see makeup as fun, I love it. Whenever I do it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying one thing because I keep asking 20 things. You were featured in a newspaper.
Yeah, it was.
You were in the Telegraph, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? How was that as a moment?
Again, this obviously happened after the Simon Swift
right?
So I was like, this year is just great.
This is my year.
This is my year. Like, things are just happening. Honestly, like unbelievable because one, I think not that I was looking for validation because I don't think I was at all. I wasn't really in that space, but the Telegraph is recognised, right? Like everyone knows what the Telegraph is in the UK. So the fact that I could tell my grandma like, I've been featured in the Telegraph, and she was like, what? She started crying her eyes, that sort of thing. But for me, I couldn't believe that the Telegraph were about to feature acne itself, right? because that's not something you see in
In the
national
news,
news
yeah.
every day. Never mind me. You know, like, I'm not the biggest acne creator in the world. There are acne creators who have like millions of followers out here.
Yeah.
So the fact that it was me in the Telegraph, right, was insane. But the story that I tell everyone, and this is again almost like not even motivation, but every relationship you have, really cherish it, because the only reason that the Telegraph thing happened is because my first ever photo shoot in 2021, this was a real skin photo shoot. It was my first one ever. I'd never done a photo shoot. This was when I started doing content creation, so it literally happened a couple of months after. It was that same brand I did the photo shoot with that got me the Telegraph interview 4 years later. So it just proves how important those relationships are, because even though that brand, like, I haven't really worked with them much over the 4 years, but we have kind of kept in contact, and they've been following my journey, I've been following theirs. And the fact that after 4 years' time, bear in mind everything's happened over the past 4 years, they chose me over anyone else they could have chosen, right?
Yeah.
It just goes to show it wasn't just because I had acne, it's because they built that relationship with me.
Because people remember the first impressions.
Yeah.
They always remember how you were in those initial moments. You fumbled the ball, you were good, you were bad. They keep that image in their head.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really does define how that the interaction with the company, with the creator, with another person even, is going to end up going. So if you were nervous, you were fumbling, you're stuttering and stuff. Yeah, people, and they'll think, okay, she's got heart, but she's a bit nervous.
Yeah.
They'd help you fix that.
Yeah.
But because obviously, even with me, you were way more confident than I am when I first met you. I'm not. This is not me just trying to shower compliments. Like, this is genuinely how I felt.
But it's interesting you say that, because I was also on my confidence journey. So it's interesting because I actually wasn't my most confident when I met you either. You know.
But honestly, I couldn't tell. Like, I was like, oh damn, this person's confident. I should actually just like see her body language, try and mimic that. Like, this is sometimes what I do. If I'm too nervous, if I can't find like a stable area for me to like settle in, where I feel like, okay, this is a moment where I can just get into the conversation again. I look at people who are actually in the talking. I try and pick up on their body language, how they're interacting, hand gestures, and everything, to see if I can like put a bit of my twist on it and have my turn in the group as well. And it's a fun thing though.
It is.
Like trying to, especially when I love it when like, and so it's like massive group. It was all of us. I think there's 2 other creators with us.
Yeah.
You were talking so much about like the skin reports we got. If you remember those, the reports we got, and everybody's got like this, and I just come out like, okay, they said my eyes are like this.
I remember yours, and you were like, yeah, mine's really simple, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
you have the results that I want.
And I was just like, this is my eyes are bad. I was so nervous. I was like, wait, am I supposed to say this? Am I not supposed to say anything?
I'm so glad you did that. Like, I'm so glad you actually spoke to us, because I feel like again there are so many guys in your position that would have been at that event that wouldn't have spoken to us.
I feel like the reason why is obviously because it does seem a bit intimidating at first of all. Because you never know. See, I have 100,000 followers, for example. You have a million. I don't know that just by looking at you. I can't assume that, and that does scare a lot from the small creators. Me personally as well. That you just feel a bit of a bit of a weight. Like something's literally stopping you from going to the person and having a conversation, because you're like, what if they're a bigger creator? What if they don't want to interact with me? And I feel like that again falls
I
into
thought that about you, because I remember when you showed me your social. I can't remember if it was YouTube or Instagram, but you had like over 10k followers.
Oh yeah, that was Instagram.
Yeah, and I was like, oh. And automatically I was like, shit, because I have under 10k and I still have under 10k, so I was like, and I don't care obviously, but automatically I was like, oh my god, this guy's not going to want to kind of like give me the time of day. And again, like, it was just, that was me judging you, you know what I mean? And it's now
you just get nervous.
Yeah.
Now looking back at it, we both were just sharing our plans for nothing.
Yeah, because again, but you think about it, it's the environment you put yourself into, right? Because in those environments, there are going to be people there that do care about that stuff.
Yeah. Naturally,
right? You're an influencer event. I mean, there's going to be some people that do care.
I still remember the funniest thing for me from that event was when we were heading out. Remember they gave us the goodie bags, right?
Yeah.
I think was it you or was it one of the others that said like they hadn't gotten the wrong item? Like one of them, when we got like those collagen packets, right? And one bag had like the other some other stuff in it.
That wasn't me.
I think it was one of the other ones. They went back and they asked them. I was like, okay, I want to ask them too.
Oh,
and I literally just followed behind them just like waiting, and I just like tapped her on the shoulder, like, can you give me for me as I was so nervous. I was like, this is. And the ironic thing is for me in this whole thing is because I'm from a political family.
Yeah.
I'm used to being around people just speaking my mind. So I was like, what is going on here?
Like, why can't I do that?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I use ChatGPT. I was just like, this is what I'm going through.
Mm.
What's wrong with me? Am I missing something? Is something wrong with me? It's just like, honestly, the answer in simple terms is like, if you care about something, like you focus on something, you do get nervous with it.
Yeah.
Like you try to make sure that you do it in the most careful way possible, so that you don't ruin what's going on.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that might be true.
Yeah.
Because I was honestly the entire time during the event, interacting with everybody, I was just like constantly thinking in the back of my head, what if something goes wrong, what if this goes that way, and that all ties it back again right into the confidence thing, honestly.
Yeah, massively.
Which brings me to one more thing. So how do you make that transition? You know, from skin confidence coach to confidence coach.
This is so
life
funny.
confidence coach.
I literally spoke to someone who signed up with me yesterday. We had this whole conversation. She literally asked me, she was like, I'm going to ask you a question because you started off as a skin coach and what's going on there?
Because obviously creators want more, they go on, they want to change their needs to go, but obviously they do have a story behind it, like what led to go to that certain route.
Yeah. Honestly, this is, and it's going to make so much sense. I feel like at the moment it probably doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but it makes so much sense to me. So about 2 months ago, I think, because last year I cleared my skin, right? And now it flares up here and there, but I cleared my skin completely, and it was I stepped into like a whole new kind of level of confidence. And I don't think it actually had anything to do with my skin itself. I think it's just, again, with everything that's happened this year, I think I've just had to level up quite quickly. And all of a sudden I was like, I don't know, I just don't, I woke up one day and I was like, I don't associate with skin anymore. It was really weird. Even though my skin wasn't perfect, I was like, I don't feel this need to prove myself or like wake up with clear skin anymore. I just don't care. Like, as in, if I wake up with clear skin, cool. If I wake up with a breakout, also cool. I don't know, I just don't care, sort of thing. So long as I'm healthy and happy, I genuinely don't care.
Yeah.
And I'd never felt like that before. And I think going into this process of these things that I'm now making happen, like with the event, with the Telegraph thing, all these things that last year we would never, ever think any of these things are happening, right?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I've actually taken myself not just on a kind of like understanding my skin journey, but I've really taken myself on a self-leadership journey. Like, I've really become the leader of my own life, and now I'm doing all these things for myself and making these decisions without fear and judgment and without that fear, and that's the real turning point for me. And I realised, I was like, actually, working with, this is going to sound really bad, but I'm going to be honest, working with women who have acne, it keeps me stuck in that space. And by that I mean women who have acne, not all women, I'm not generalising, but it's a very victimised space, right? Because you've probably dealt with it for quite a long time, you feel like, you know, why me? And it's quite a soppy kind of space to be. And I was like, I don't really want to be in that space anymore, you know, like I don't really want to just work with people who care so much about the way they look. Because it was getting to a point where I was just working with people, getting them clear skin, and that was it. Yeah. And although I was doing other work in the background with them on their confidence, I was like, but this is it. It doesn't go any further than this, you know? And I was like, so what, then I just go and do it again with another client, right? And it was that moment I was like, no, I don't want to do it.
Stuck in a bit of a loop.
Yeah, I was just like, I actually don't want to be stuck with this kind of victim mentality anymore. I want to work with the people who are like already 10 steps ahead of me, right? Like, I want to be around those people who, like you said, like, okay, cool, you've done this event, what's next? I want to be around people like that.
Because literally, that's how you should take. Even, I'll be honest with you. Let's forget all of your achievements for a moment. Yeah, forget the Telegraph, forget the event, forget the Simon Script. What do you think you would have done if you to go onto this path by yourself? Even, do you think you would have taken that leap yourself? Because I feel like that's the real question here. Like, obviously, Simon Script thing, that was amazing for you. It helped you, gave you the biggest confidence to do it, like you said yourself. But would you have ever made that yourself? Would you have tried even?
I think it would have taken me a lot longer to realise that I needed to make that move. So I think it would have always led to this, but I think it would have taken me a lot longer than what it has.
Yeah.
Because again, I was put in a position where I was forced to move. I didn't
Yeah.
have a choice anymore. I was like, I've got to make this work, right? So if I didn't have that, I just think it would have happened at a much later time. But I do feel like this would have always happened, because now the reason I've gone into self-leadership and confidence is because genuinely with leadership it comes into any aspect of life. As in, you could be a business owner and want to become the leader of your life. You could be looking for a job and want to become the leader of your life. You could be in a job and want a promotion and want to be the leader of your life. You know what I mean? Like it could be something to do with like just the way you feel day to day, the morning routine, right? It could be anything, but that's the part of it that I love so much, is that I'm not just working with one niche anymore. Like, I could work with someone who is a skincare brand founder. I could work with someone who has just got out of university and wants to start, you know, a career. But now I've realised that the work I've done for myself and now for my clients, it builds that self-trust within someone, meaning that they can carry that on for the rest of their life. Because if I just get someone clear skin, it's like, okay, what's going on deeper than that, you know, and how can you use that for the rest of your life? You can't.
Like
So I want
to give them multiple options from one solution. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I do it for other people, but I did do it for myself. It was selfish, because I was like, I don't want to be in this space anymore with people who are just like, oh,
I don't think that's selfish, because like there comes a time, be it a career, be it a businessman, be it whoever, you just have to just bite the bullet. You have to make that tough decision of whether if you're going to stay in this situation, like you said, stuck. But not in the bad way, but just like you're not progressing your career like the way you should, like you know you can.
Yeah.
Because like I know I can say this, that when during that time when you were saying you were thinking you're stuck, that you're in this little loop, that in the back of your mind you're just like, I can move forward, but do I want to? Like you were like the subconscious thing, like you said, in the start.
Yeah, literally. And I think the more I was getting known as the skin confidence coach, or like the person who clears people's skin, I was like, wait, I don't want to be known as this person, because I wanted to be known for confidence and skin confidence, but I didn't want to be known as just the person that helps people get clear skin.
Yeah.
Because that's not what my event was about, right? Like,
yeah, because
the whole point of my event was be confident in who you are now.
Because that makes I feel like that becomes a different conversation. Like, so if you're just known as a person who just helps get clear skin, you're just providing a service.
Yeah.
That's it. But if you see it as she helps people get confident in their own bodies, in their own skins, whatever it may be, that just shows you as like it is an influencer. Like you actually help influence people's life for the better, and rather than just being providing a service, like being like a person at Tesco. Honestly.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I don't disrespect Tesco because they work hard.
Yeah, no, they do. They really do. But yeah, as you said, it's a thing of I realised that I can only do so much for these people, and when you're working one-on-one with someone, you've really got to go on that transformational journey with them. And with the skin stuff, I was like, I can only take this so far. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And what would you actually? You know, I don't want to know this. What would you say right now? So you go back a year from today, the first time we meet, that very moment, that very day. What would you tell yourself, knowing and experiencing everything you have so far?
On the day that we met?
Yeah.
Cool.
Damn. This is what happens when you have a great studio, honestly. I mean,
I'm good.
It's normal.
It's fine.
This just shows the humble beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
There we go.
This is. I'll come back and look at this like, okay, this is my humble beginning.
Yeah,
it doesn't listen to me.
Yeah, this is how bad it was. I think this has been good. Sorry, what was the question?
What would you say to yourself a year from today, the exact day we met, knowing everything, experiencing everything you have, the highs, the lows, everything? What would you tell yourself?
Honestly, I would tell myself, you're in the right room. Because I felt the same as you. I felt like I wasn't in the right room on that day.
Yeah.
Knowing now, those girls that we were with, they're genuinely two of my biggest supporters. And obviously you're like a huge supporter as well, and vice versa. But I think, again, I didn't feel like I should have been there.
Yeah.
And if I could go back now, knowing everything that's happened since, I'd be like, you're in the right room. And that's all I needed to know. I don't need to know anything else. I just need to know that I was in the right room.
Yeah.
Because I was the person that was going to take control there and make it what I needed to make it.
Yeah.
You know?
Change it from that to Confidence.
Yeah, Miss Confidence.
Literally, that's a good nickname. That
It
is a good
is.
nickname.
It's great. I'll take it.
You can start that as a merch line as well. Miss
Yeah.
Confidence.
Yeah, that's it. Next business idea out.
There you go. So,
But yeah.
when can we expect the next event then?
Next year.
Next year.
I'm doing it next year. I've already told myself this. Like, I want to do at least one event a year.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because like you get a lot of time to plan it out, you can figure it out,
And obviously you learn from each event as well, right? So from the first event, I learned so much. Like, obviously not everything went right on the day.
Yeah.
There was a lot of improvisation. So you learn every time, and now I know, having the feedback as well from that event, I know what people really want now and what they really care about.
Yeah.
So and obviously now working with clients as well, like it just.
You just know
Yeah.
where to go from here now.
Yeah.
You've got that.
I'm still gonna make mistakes, and it's still not gonna be 100%.
You're bound to. You're bound to.
But-
Even famous creators, people with tens, millions of followers, they're making stupid mistakes every day.
Yeah, exactly.
And for some reason, some of them actually go viral. So
Yeah.
you never know.
You
Maybe,
never know.
maybe the next event, one of your mistakes becomes your most viral moment.
Yeah.
That's the thing that skyrockets you into
Yeah, honestly.
stratosphere or something.
That's something I realised as well, is just share every part of the journey.
Literally,
Just share
that's one of the best beauties of being doing something creative.
it. Yeah.
That you can either be like the rest of the crowd, cut, edit, make it look perfect, the Instagram life basically, or you can just show the highs and the lows, and let people just follow you. Like that way they build an actual connection with the person,
Yeah.
instead of just like the persona you present online.
Yeah, exactly. So even with this episode, when the light went off,
Yeah.
that should be the first clip. That should be the
That's like that highlight clip, yeah.
The thumbnail.
Oh no, we didn't plan it properly. And honestly, I'll be honest, I can guarantee one thing. Let's say nobody watches the episode. Let's say worst case scenario. I can say this much for a fact, that this little light thing, people would come back to see that, even if it's like for that 1 second. Because what makes people laugh is something that
It could become like a meme.
Yeah.
You never know.
I mean,
You actually never know.
I'd rather not become a meme.
I mean, it's publicity. If that's what you
Yeah,
want.
that is true. No publicity is bad. No publicity is bad publicity. So I mean, it works out in both
You're putting
ways.
yourself in this game, so got
Yeah.
to take the heat, innit?
Literally, you can either you have to dive head first in. There is no planning phase for it, in
No.
my opinion at least.
And no, I'm so glad you said that, because again, that's the key thing here. That's my key message. My key message is you do not need to be ready or feel ready to move,
Yeah.
to take action. Like, you don't.
You just have to need to accept that you're gonna do this and you just start
Yeah,
doing
as
it.
long as you believe you'll do it, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take,
Yeah.
like just start.
But but that's the fun part of it though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when
But
you
people
start.
think planning is the fun part. Like,
No,
planning is not
no.
fun. Who
No,
likes
no,
planning?
no.
Planning is just sitting on an idea for the next 2 years, and
Yeah.
then eventually it will be.
I can very understand the pain of planning from the past 3-4 days. It was not fun.
It's
It was
not
very
fun.
nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Because a lot of creators, especially, are stuck in that little circle of just like, okay, I'm gonna do something revolutionary, some new idea, some new type of content, but they're just like, okay, let me plan this out, plan it down to every 0.1 second of the thing,
Yeah.
and then when it actually comes out, it's just like, I don't know, I don't want to do this, I'll redo this idea,
Yeah.
and they keep doing that whole thing. I did that, like I was stuck in this little, I'd call it a rant, where I'm just like, I would plan the video, I'd book everything up, and then the day of, I just like, nah, I'm not going, I'm going back to
You
bed.
second guess yourself, you're
So
in self doubt. Yeah, it happens all the time.
And just to put in perspective, during that time, my parents, my family, my brothers, they were all supporting my thing. They were like, yes, this guy, if anybody out of us is gonna be this idiot, because he's got a big mouth.
Yeah.
That's what they say. He's got a big mouth. He'll make something out of it, something good or bad. I was like, that is true. They literally on my birthday, I thought like we're not throwing me a birthday party because I didn't want it that. I remember that I was like, I'll have it on a separate day with my friends. We just went out to get some dinner, and I just remember my sisters and my mom was coming with a massive box. I was like, what the heck is this? I thought maybe it's like a gaming console or something for both of us, for me and my twin brother. And we're just like, I open it and it's like the DJI Pocket 3, the whole accessories, all that stuff, and the whole 9 yards. Like, you enjoy it, so this is an investment into your thing. Ironically enough, I kind of lended that camera to my friend, and
And you don't have it right now?
I haven't seen it in 6 months.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No, it's actually kind of my fault, to be honest. He keeps saying that, just let me know when you want it back, and whenever I see him, I ask him to bring it. It's in the back seat of the car, and I'm just like, yeah,
Oh,
I'll
so
take it on
you
the
know
way.
where it is?
Yeah, I mean, I trust the guy, so I'm not worried, but it just comes to show, like, I feel like this is a moment where you can say, if you, I was confident, I wasn't confident myself in that moment, but my family was, and honestly, that really did give me a little bit of a boost to like, okay, it's done with the panic shit. Let's just go out and record, and whatever happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Like if you look at my videos, even now, I remember the last video I did was I went to Financial Times.
Wow.
The most horrible video angles you can imagine. I'm showing off my beard. I'm showing off the roof. I've got the crooked angles.
Yeah.
I'm stuttering so badly. I'm nervous. I'm not vlogging everything. I'm just like, I'll give it a shot. Edit, upload.
Yeah, well, you know, because they say everything is content, right? Everything is content.
Everything is content.
Everything.
Especially the fails.
Yeah, genuinely. That's what
Like,
people want to see. It's real, isn't it? That's what people want to see.
Plus, it gives people something to laugh at.
Yeah,
I mean, laughing does help build a connection.
Especially when you can laugh at yourself.
Oh,
that
yeah.
massive helps.
I do that all the time. I have
Yeah,
some.
you have to.
I look back at my old video. Do you do this?
Yes.
Like you just scroll
all
the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
And you just go through some of the old content, the initial first few days.
Yeah, I do.
What's your reaction when you look at it? What's the first reaction? I think I know what it might be.
It's slightly like
Cringe.
Yeah, it's a slight cringe, but not always cringe. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, it's baby Kiara. And it depends on what video it is. Because like, for example, I remember there was like a Sarah V video that I did, and literally like I was filming it with the inside camera. So Sarah V was spelled backwards and like and I was just like, oh, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? You're trying to pitch this brand to work with this brand, you can't even do it the right way. Like, come on, sort of thing. But it's so funny. Like, the way I'm talking, you can just tell there's no confidence there. Like, and I'm just like, you know what, you did it though. Like, it really is funny now.
Yeah.
Like, it's laughable.
We should. I would definitely make sure to add that video in the product of this podcast.
Fantastic.
People need to see that.
Sarah V, you know what to do.
Yeah, hit her up.
But yeah, I do that a lot, and again, it's character building because it just shows you how far you've come. And as much as it's funny, like it's like, oh well, it's funny because of how bad it was. But actually,
like, be honest. So, if you were to watch one of your old videos right now, would you be able to exactly pinpoint like, okay, this is what I did wrong, this is what I did good, this is what I did needs better, like needs improving on?
I'm not really over analytical like that anymore. I think I used to be, but now I would just look at it and think, okay, well that's a part of this, you know, like if you didn't do that, you wouldn't be here. So as we said, it all adds up, right?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I never go back and look at old TikToks or anything. I have them privated because I realized no person should be making those videos. You've seen the show, what's it called? Pretty Little Liars, right?
Yeah.
You know the intro music?
Yeah.
Guys, yeah. Oh, I don't know why. I even think about it makes me feel so bad. I don't know what made me think that was a good idea.
What did you do?
So a normal person would use the actual music and just lip sync, right? I thought that I'm the most talented singer and God knows what else, and that I can do it myself. I set up the phone and I just started singing. Mind you, I'm 7 at this point.
Aww,
I was 7 and I'm making that video and I posted it for everybody to see.
But that shows, I mean, you had that from the start.
But I'm shocked at the fact
that
that little Hamid that had a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
I think I need some of that right now, to be honest with him. It's like cringy. I have one of the oldest things I have of myself is I'm 6. And there was some challenge going on for like people and I was singing, making a cover on this song called I Got You by DB Rexa. I felt I was good enough. I did a proper setup, like the laptop's right here, one side's got the lyrics, one side's recording me, and it's the middle of the night, mind you, everybody is dead asleep. You can hear just a fan in the background, just turning, and I'm proper singing every lyric, verse by verse, and I'm proper, like I'm harmonizing, I'm trying to be a harmonic and shit, and I thought it was actually good. Like I have family members, uncles, aunts, political family friends and shit like that, commenting like, oh, you're good, you should do this, you should do this bullshit. And I was just like thinking, how the hell did I get away with it? But it also kind of shows in a way that like, okay, I had that little creative thing in me from a young age.
It's been there from the start.
Not proud of it, if I'm being honest.
It should be.
It's
probably wouldn't be where you are today without that.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, so there you go then.
But like, I feel like I would have ended up here anyways, in the sense that like, maybe not content wise, but just like
Personality wise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I said, my family says I have a big mouth. I just start talking and talking. I just entertain people. But I feel like I am very grateful for those moments as well.
Yeah.
Because like they were like basically the backbone of
The
this,
building
this career that I've made of myself, be it whatever it is.
And you still get to talk about those moments now.
Yeah.
So they are actually relevant.
Very.
Even though you're 5 years old, like it's relevant.
I'm still confused on the fact that what parent lets their kid have a laptop or a phone
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was
5
like,
years of
oh, 5
age.
years old is crazy, but I mean.
Like, no offense to my parents, like they were
Parents
good.
say
My
you
parents
can.
were cool, but
Yeah.
bro, I got spoiled very early, but like still, man, kind of concerning. To be honest,
led you to where you are now?
yeah, but I feel like I was one of the OG iPad kids in that sense.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's
yeah, definitely.
because like now I know for a fact everybody knows about iPads and everything. My nephew he's more likely to stab me in the chest than to go 5 minutes without some device playing some kind of lullaby in the background. This is like I remember I came back home from work. I'm dead asleep. I just fell asleep on the couch. I wake up with a nasty slap right to my face. And just like I'm like, what the hell? This is him. He's a cartoon. I'm just like, you could have just spoken to me. Why the slap? it was the funniest thing ever.
Oh.
But what would you oh my god, I'm still so nervous.
You're fine. You've done so well.
I think I did good.
Yeah. You've done this has literally been over an hour probably.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Surprised I didn't mess up that much.
No, like this is good content. It actually went really, really, really well.
Yeah. But honestly, again, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for accepting, okay?
Of course.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was quite nervous about this today, asking you to come, but hopefully you had a fun time. I know I enjoyed this very much.
Don't feel nervous again. I'd come back for another episode. I'd like to have you on my podcast as well.
I'd be honored.
Let's set that up. But
yes,
please don't feel nervous. And also for other people going forward, don't feel nervous. If they want to be here, they'll be here.
Honestly, that is true. Well, again, thank you again.
Thanks
Hopefully you had some fun.
I did. I loved it.
Guys, I'm going to leave all the links to our socials in the description down below. And yeah, this has been the first episode. Bye guys.
Done. Bye. Cool. That was so good.
I was so nervous.